My name is Cassy Summers. Welcome to the Curious Universe podcast. Welcome to the Curious Universe. Thank you for joining me here today. I'm excited to explore this topic with you, and it might be like swimming through mud a little bit until we get there, but we're gonna have fun. So swimming through mud could be fun, I think. If it was like warm mud. Have you ever seen those like mud tubs? I've never been in one. I've just seen them on like, I don't think that we even have one where I live. Maybe I'd have to travel to a bigger city to lie in one of those mud tubs. I think it would be both gross and wonderful at the same time because it's like full of minerals and it's warm, but then it's mud. I don't know. Tangent coming back. So I would like to explore with you um, the implementation, the institution, the choices, the actions that start to move something forward. Okay. It's when you take a hope and a dream and you start to get it into actualization. A lot of people seem to struggle with this. So I thought we could explore a little bit here and see if this could contribute. There is no perfect, I just want to like disclaimer, there's no perfect, these are the steps you need to take. What you need to glean from all of this is how it works for you, is the steps that you take that start to actualize something. And it might be different for everything that you're actualizing, and it might be different as you change and as you grow. So I used to have this thing where I love planning. Okay. So I love organizing and I love planning. And I actually made myself wrong for thinking I was planning too much, like as if that was it kind of, this is where you can use the tools against you, like as if I was limiting what could show up by having too much planning, which can happen. Okay. So you got to know you. But what I've really discovered about the way things come into actualization for me is that there are particular steps that when I take those steps and I'm in action of something showing up, it more easily can show up. And not actually even more easily. It's what's required to move something into showing up. So a great example was I was on a call recently with Gary Douglas, and this actually what sparked this awareness of where I do this and where I was judging myself when this is such a powerful tool, okay? Is when he and Dane and Simone bought the castle in Italy, like far, 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 far long ago. Like suddenly I went into Once Upon a Time. Sorry. Once upon a time, they bought a castle in Italy. Well, before the deal actually went through, before they had the contract, Gary started to buy furniture and carpets and things for the castle. And someone asked him, "What are you doing? Like this deal isn't even settled." And from Gary's awareness was these were the things, doing these things, taking action on these things was actually going to bring it into actualization. It was what was required to actualize the deal going through for the castle. However, in linear time, that doesn't make sense. You would wait for this, and then you would do this, and then you would do this, right? Well, how often are you doing that and then in a state of waiting for something and then wondering why it's not actualizing? Why is it not showing up? Why isn't this working? Perhaps there are steps, there are actions that you're not taking that is required to move something into actualization, to actually allow it to come to fruition, to allow it to like actualize in physical reality. So, if we were to play with that, let's take an example, right? Knocking stuff all over. I'm so excited. Let's say you were, okay, let's say that you really wanted to come to Vancouver to my foundation class. It would be awesome if you did. May. We're doing it in May. Okay, let's say, and there's maybe you don't live in town, so there would be airfare or travel or driving or whatever. So there's travel involved, there's booking time off involved, there's money for the class involved, where are you going to stay, all these things. So what I see a lot of people do is they go, oh, I'd really love to have this. Like, what would it take for this to show up? And then they do nothing. And then the class shows up and they're not there. And then they wonder what happened. Well, they might, from their perspective, be like, well, it's waiting for the money to show up. I couldn't do it until the money showed up. Mm-mm-mm. Let's look at this castle example. So in that scenario, what if someone had registered for the class, even if they didn't have the money yet? You don't have to have money to register. You're just literally putting in your name and your email saying, I'm coming. So you register for the class. What if you looked at, do I have that time off? Can I book that time off? Do I need childcare? Who could look at, and you start to plan. Okay, well, my mom could take the kids. I could probably drive down. I wonder if anyone else is driving down. Maybe we could drive down together. Okay, talk to someone. Are you thinking going to? Okay, you start to, okay, do you see what's starting to happen here? So you're starting to take these actions. So the universe is clear that you're going. The universe is clear that you're asking for its contribution for all this to turn out easier than you ever imagined possible. You're not just sitting back going, well, what would it take? Hopefully one day my prince will come and make this happen for me. You're going, I'm going. I'm going. Yeah. And now suddenly money starts showing up. Maybe you book a hotel and you could always like you could be pragmatic about it and make sure that they have a cancellation policy that works for you. Okay. But you're taking these actions. It starts to bring something into fruition. Let's say you have a big project or like you want to go on vacation. Well, I don't have the money to go on vacation, blah, 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 blah. All those things, right? This is where we stop and wait. This is where we aren't creating our lives. This is where we're literally waiting for something else as if there's a source outside of us that will provide it for us if we're good. It's very much that like whatever, God or the universe or fate or destiny has decided. That's not actually how it works, though. I know it's crazy. Ask and you shall receive does work. It is a true law of the universe. However, in that there are these action steps actually um, clarify your asks and they actualize your asks. So where are you not willing to take the action, take the steps, move along the creations? Yeah, so that you could actually have the life you truly desire. Let's say you've always dreamed of like singing at a concert, okay? And you don't know how to sing, or you're not trained. And you just go, oh, it'd be so nice. That'd be so cool. At the end of your life, will you ever have done it? No. So first, you got to ask yourself, how do you actually truly desire it? Like, is that something that you're willing to take action on? Maybe you're like, yeah, but I feel like I don't know how to start. I don't know how to get there. I don't know what to do. It feels so impossible. I get all those things, right? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100 short stories, poems, creations, spaces, and beyonds. That is the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. If you've never heard it before, you go to theclearingstatement.com for more information. It is a tool from Access Consciousness, which is just the coolest stuff I know. And we're just going to use it today. I'm not going to explain it anymore. It's a magic wand. It clears out energy. It's pretty wonderful. You don't have to understand how it works for it to work. Yeah. So how many things have you actually truly desired and you were willing to take action on, but you didn't know what steps to take? This is part of the gift of this podcast for you, is you can actually just ask, what would I need to put in place, or what would I need to take action on? What would I need to choose today that would actualize this right away? And you will start to, and you might have some resistance at first, and you might be, and a lot of it has to do with these bigger things stretch us, right? Like we had to step into being something that we're not already. So to really go, okay, I'm showing up for this. We have everything that's we put in place to keep us from that is in the way. So it can feel a little intense, but it's okay. I got you. You got you. You got you. You got this. Really, truly. And if you feel uncomfortable, then be with that. Be with that discomfort. Maybe play this podcast on low in the background. The more you do it, you kind um you kind of get used to it. Yeah. It's like um the first time I went skydiving, it was kind of intense jumping out of that plane. You have to do like a flip. It was in tandem. And you have to kind of overcome something that first time, and then it's not as hard the next time. It's not as hard the next time, and it just becomes easier and easier, right? Maybe even think of the first time you drove a car and it was like, oh my God, there's so much power and force behind this. I might crash, I might all the things, right? And now it's like when you jump into a car, you just fly. It's so easy. You don't even think about it. It becomes this natural way of being. And that's what this kind of action piece will become for you. So, so let's look at this. Let's take something in your life where you truly desire, like you're actually willing to show up for it, okay? But you don't know where to start. So just bring that energy up in front of you, whatever it is. It could even be like finding a romantic partner or having kids, but you don't even have someone in your life to have kids with. It could be a million different things, okay? Whatever's showing up for you. Now, there is something in Access we call mover, creator, connector. Not everyone is a mover. And a mover is the person that usually kind of knows the steps required to bring something into actualization. They have these steps. If you don't have that natural moving capacity, you can feel completely lost. And I get that. I have felt completely lost myself. What you can ask, though, is the creation itself to tell you, because it knows what it requires. It knows what it requires. And you could also ask for movers to come into your life. They could just be friends that you go out for coffee and you chat with them and they help. They're like, oh, you could do this, and then put all the pieces together for you. You could have sessions with a facilitator that could facilitate you, or a life coach that could help you see all the steps that are required for you to bring something to actualization with ease. But if you're not ready to go there yet, just ask it. What action do I require to take today? And it might be look at your schedule, plan that you're actually going. And when I do that, when I take those steps, I'm doing it from a space of this is occurring, not, oh, I hope this works out, or like, oh, maybe if the universe deems it, if fate allows it, it's, oh, I'm doing this. And I know when I choose that from that space of, oh, I'm doing this, whew, everything starts to work for me. Everything starts to work for me. Now, that doesn't mean always 1,000% of the time exactly what I thought was going to occur occurred, because I always follow the energy. And if something shifts and changes, then I follow that. But I know that when I'm choosing something and this is what I'm choosing, that everything will work for me to actualize that. Okay. And it's not just me. That's like an everyone thing. That's how the universe works. All right, so you have this thing and you ask it, so what steps do I need to take? And just start to notice what shows up for you. If this is a really new concept for you, you might really get a sense of either nothing showing up, or your mind will be telling you a reference to Well, the last trip that you took, and this is the actions that you took. Nothing's right or wrong. Ideally, we want to go beyond the mind into what we know, into a space of knowing, of universal awareness. And anything is better than nothing. Any action is better than no action. So if you're just getting something of the mind, just start there. The more you practice this, the more you play with this, the easier it's going to get. And you're going to hone in on those skills of yours. You're going to really get clear senses of your awareness and your perception and how information comes to you and how you do this kind of energetic communication with something, because that's what you're doing. You're talking to your trip to Mexico. You're talking to the class that you're going to facilitate in Brazil. You're talking to all these things. What is this going to look like? What will this take? What's required here? All of these pieces, right? Cool. So here it is. It's in front of you. What what's the first step I need to take? So just ask it, what's the first step I need to take to actualize you right away? For me, and again, this could be different for so many people. For me, scheduling seems to be a big piece. It always goes to scheduling. It might be because I have kids and full-time mom and I homeschool my oldest kid and all this stuff. So scheduling is like a very big component. So if I'm not actually looking at my schedule and going, okay, this is booked in, this is the time I need, and actually getting not like just the weekend, but I need the travel time, I need all the things, and then I know that everything's kind of covered. That for me seems to be like when the snowball starts to roll down the mountain. Like that's the top. And when I get something scheduled in, it starts to go. Sometimes my snowball will get caught on a tree or something, and I'll just be there. And then I'm like, okay, what next? And I'm like, oh, I need to take some action. Like I need to book the hotel. I need to book the flight. I need to, all these things. And if you really listen to it, if you really listen to consciousness and let it lead you, it will tell you to book the flight when the prices are the lowest, when you're going to get the best deal at the hotel. If you feel like you're like you haven't gotten it done and you're kind of panicking because your mind's saying you should have, sometimes it's because something's being created for you. Okay. So don't make yourself wrong. It's it's really getting into that groove of following the energy and being in the motion of the actualization. You are the source of everything in your life. And but that also includes following consciousness and listening to the whispers of awareness. So sometimes the whispers are, don't get the ticket yet. That's not inaction. That's taking action because you're aware. You're choosing when, woo, and you're willing to take action when the ping happens, even if it doesn't make sense, even if maybe you don't have a lot of time. I had no time yesterday and just did all of my GST filing in the shortest amount of time ever. It was so weird. It was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, why was this so easy? Oh, because the window was there. It was open. So I followed it. Action isn't this heavy lifting, difficult struggle thing. When you take action on something, especially when you're doing it in cadence with the universe, it is so joyful and easy. And it's like spring, spring, spring. It's like you're the conductor of the symphony, and then you're just, you know, I don't have all the technical terms of what they do with their little, I don't even know the name of this thing. Baton stick thing? You know. You probably know. That's you. That's you. You're dancing with the universe, and every action you take will bring something into fruition. Are you willing to be the maestro of your life? Are you willing to get things moving? Like, let's get moving. Are we tired of sitting around? Like, how many of us have been waiting since COVID to either die or for the world to explode or whatever? Like as if we weren't like, don't breathe because we're not allowed to live until a certain time. Well, what if now's the time that we get to live again? Get up, get going, stop waiting, start moving, move your body, move your business, move your life forward. You don't have to wait anymore. What if you don't have to wait anymore? What if you could really, truly have this motion, this magical symphony playing through your entire life with everything? And all you require to do is take these small actions, and it has massive results for these small actions that are congruent with what's required. Not actions that you think make sense, like that linear thing where Gary should have waited until they had the deal done, and then the next step, obviously you got to restore, and then you could buy the furniture. No, he went furniture. That was the action that was required to bring it into fruition. What's the actions that you require to bring into fruition everything you truly desire in your life? It will come to you. You will have the awareness. And the way you get that awareness, only you will know. It could show up as thoughts. It could show up as dreams. It can show up as like pulls that you need to do something. Someone's going to come and tell you about the information. It's incredible the way it can show up. Just receive it. Just let it show up and let it in, and be willing to take that action and really move your life forward. Run. It's like run, don't walk. Like run forward into the beauty of your future. We don't have to be still anymore. No. Allow the chaos, allow the movement, allow the vibration to change. We know that when the higher something vibrates, the more movement there is, right? We see that in the molecules of like water when you heat them up, and uh I'm thinking of like quantum physics when you speed things up. It's really cool. Bird just flew by. So how much are you solidifying your body or solidifying your life in this wait state? What if now is the time to get moving, and to get moving your life forward, get your business moving forward, your body miracles, your life, your romance, your family, your whatever it is for you, whatever you desire. Let's get going. Let's activate. Let's move. Let's activate. Let's move. Let's activate. Do you notice something actually changing even right now as we're playing with this energy? And it might, again, it's not always cognitive. If you don't cognitively know what's going on, it doesn't matter. We're having an energetic conversation this whole time. So this is a podcast you could play over and over and over again. And sometimes you have to hear something 40 times before it even clicks. And that's okay. Just play it on repeat. It's free. Just allow it to contribute to your life, contribute to your world. Yeah. Phew. All right. Well, I think we came here and did what we came here to do. And it wasn't so muddy, actually. It wasn't as muddy as I thought it might be. Thank you so much for exploring with me in the Curious Universe podcast. I am so grateful for you, and I'll see you on the next episode where we destroy the structures of reality so you can create your own wonderful, magical reality. Bye for now. Thank you for exploring the Curious Universe with me. Your curiosity matters. And what if together we could create a greater, more curious world?